Hello, Merry Christmas, and you're watching Natna News Stream, your trusted source for breaking news, in-depth analysis, and stories that shape our world. Stay informed and engaged as we bring you the latest updates right to your fingertips. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected. These are today's headlines. Somalia's president arrives in ASMARA. 10,000 Ugandans denied Dubai Christmas visas. 21 dead as Mozambique erupts in violence after election court ruling. U.S. targets multiple individuals with visa restrictions. Thousands flee Sudan conflict overwhelmed border areas in South Sudan. Dozens killed after jet crashes in Kazakhstan with 67 on board. And Russia continues to move equipment out of Syria. News in brief. President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud of the Federal Republic of Somalia arrived in Asmara in the early afternoon hours today for a working visit. According to the Ministry of Information, upon arrival at the Asmara International Airport, President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud and his entourage were accorded a warm welcome by President Isaias Afwerki, accompanied by a guard of honor. During the visit, President Isaias Afwerki and President Hassan Sheikh Mohamud are set to discuss enhancing bilateral relations as well as regional and international developments of mutual interest. The welcoming event was attended by Mr. Osman Saleh, Minister of Foreign Affairs. More than 10,000 Ugandans are among thousands of Africans whose visa applications to travel for the Christmas holiday to Dubai have been rejected by the United Arab Emirates authorities, according to Daily Monitor. The holiday travel ban affects other Africans from 20 countries. They include Ghana, Sierra Leone, Sudan, Cameroon, Nigeria, Liberia, Burundi, Republic of Guinea, Gambia, Togo, Democratic Republic of Congo, Senegal, Benin, Ivory Coast, Congo, Rwanda, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, Comoros, and the Dominican Republic. This comes after thousands of Ugandans who had already entered the UAE and whose visas expired were granted amnesty and deadlines to leave the country. There are up to 150,000 Ugandans in the UAE, most living without legal residence permits or visas. At least 21 people have been killed in violent unrest across Mozambique following the Constitutional Council's decision to uphold the victory of the long-ruling Frelimo party in the October presidential election. Interior Minister Pascal Ronda announced yesterday, this is according to africanews.com. The court ruling confirmed Frelimo's candidate, Daniel Chapo, as the winner with 65.17% of the vote, dismissing allegations of widespread fraud. This sparked protesters led by opposition supporters who insist the election was rigged. Protests have erupted nationwide, with demonstrators blocking roads, burning tires, and clashing with security forces. The violence has resulted in the arrests of at least 78 people, with the government warning of more detentions. Minister Ronda emphasized that security measures are being reinforced to restore order. The U.S. Department of State has announced visa restrictions on individuals accused of serious offenses, including mismanaging the nation's resources and failing to tackle public corruption, according to Business Insider and Natna News Stream sources. Additionally, they were accused of enabling elite capture of the country's wealth and failing to protect the people of South Sudan from human rights abuses. South Sudan is facing a severe economic crisis, with civil servants unpaid for nearly a year due to disrupted oil exports caused by a damaged pipeline amid the civil war in neighboring Sudan. The country struggles with poverty, food insecurity, and limited access to basic services. Natural disasters, including severe floodings, have worsened the humanitarian crisis. The new sanctions imposed on South Sudan's officials confirm Washington's political strategy. Violence in Sudan has driven over 80,000 people into South Sudan in less than 3 weeks, according to the UN Refugee Agency. Refugees and returnees, mainly women and children, are fleeing escalating fighting in Sudan's White Nile, Sennar, and Blue Nile states. At the Jordan border and nearly villages, resources are overwhelmed. Makeshift shelters house the displaced and malnutrition rates exceed emergency thresholds. Clean water and sanitation facilities are critically lacking, raising the risk of disease outbreaks. UNHCR warns that without additional resources, life-saving aid and support for the displaced and host communities will remain inadequate. Dozens of people were killed, but at least 29 survived the crash of a passenger plane in Kazakhstan today, according to the country's authority and local media. Russia's State Aviation Authority reported that the Azerbaijan Airlines plane had been trying to make an emergency landing in Akatu after hitting a flock of birds. Kazakhstan's Emergency Situation Ministry said at least 29 people had survived, including 2 children, and were hospitalized with injuries. The ministry posted photographs from the scene showing firefighters searching through the debris. The crash occurred about 1.8 miles from Akatu. Russian planes being loaded with trucks and equipment were seen in Kesmisli airport in Hasaka in what seems to be a withdrawal of forces from northeastern Syria, according to the British-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. Following the fall of Bashar Assad's government, Russian forces and military vehicles were seen leaving Syria and the coastal city of Latakia. Satellite images released by Maxar Technologies showed what appeared to be cargo planes at a Russian military airfield in Syria with their nose cones open to receive heavy equipment. Moscow has reached out to the new Syrian authorities to try to ensure the security of its bases. Well, that wraps up today's news edition. Thank you for watching Natna News Stream. Be sure to like, share and subscribe for more updates. Goodbye for now and Merry Christmas.